town where the clear blue sea, the royal ships in, it's a place to be. We'll go down in history. Barstewards.
Hello! Straight away, doesn't matter how much we rehearse, mess it up straight away. Are we actually live now, Miller?
We are actually live, yes.
Right, well, let's try that again. Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight on our talk.
Our very first live talk.
That's right. Yeah. Oh my god, I don't even know why we had that teleprompter up by the camera. It totally doesn't work whatsoever. Let's start again. Right, hello to everybody watching. Thank you very much for joining us right here in our pub, the Royal Ships, and I'm Jacob Cox, and this, unfortunately, is my twin brother and joint landlord, Miller Cox.
Hello!
Right, and the whole point of this show is that, as everybody knows, Barstewards have the answer to everything, and also Barstewards know best. So, if there is a question that you want answering, or if you have a problem that you want some advice to, I bet it might not be the best advice, but we are here, and we are willing to give it. And we have set up a page on Facebook, and it is called Bar Talk UK. And on that page, a few weeks ago, we asked all our audience and, you know, people that come and drink in the pub, we said, look, we want you to go home and we want you to post us questions, and then on Tuesday night, the last Tuesday of every month, we're going to do a live show on Facebook and YouTube, and we're going to answer those questions, and we, the Barstewards, are going to help you watching. Right, so Miller, have you been looking over any of the questions that we've gotten so far? Are you prepared?
Nope.
Great. Right, okay, then let's get started. Now, as I said, we got asked loads and loads of questions, and we're going to tackle as many as we can over the next 60 minutes. But by far, the question that we got asked the most was, let's see if you can guess. What question do you think we got asked the most, Miller?
I know what the question was. But, do the people who are watching know what the question was? That's the question.
That's the question. Do you know? Right, okay. That's an important point, actually. Wait, yep. Miller, you made a very good point, which I totally screwed up already. We are live. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but we are live. This is all happening in real time. We are not a cartoon. We are very real. And so, on both Facebook and YouTube, you can ask us questions. Like I said, we've got questions that people have been sending us already, but you can also ask us questions in real time. Post a question to either YouTube or Facebook, and we'll do our very best to answer them questions. Now, I'm looking after the YouTube feed, and Miller here is looking after the Facebook feed. So, Miller, are you seeing anything at the moment?
We have a couple of people who are watching so far. We've got Quinian and we've got Jessica. Hello, and welcome to our bar, the Royal Ships.
Well, I've got a few people watching on YouTube as well. I'd like to say a big hello to, drumroll, Sketch Flick.
Sketch
Flick. Yep. And Sketch Flick has got a question for us, and we will get to that a little later. But first of all, we're going to answer that question that's been asked the most. And the question is, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And even though people have been debating this and trying to crack this, try and find the answer for this for eons or decades or however long it's been going on for, as I said, we are the Barstewards, and all good Barstewards have the answer to everything, and I do indeed have the answer to this question. I know what came first. Was it the chicken? Was it the egg? And it is quite clearly the egg. The egg came first. You want to know why the egg came first? Because at some point there was a chicken, there was an egg, and then before that egg was something that was a devolution of the chicken. It was something that was not quite a chicken, but that thing, whatever it was its correct name is, laid an egg, and that egg hatched the very first chicken. Ergo, the very first thing that came first was the egg, not the chicken. Miller, do you agree?
I do not agree. It depends on how specific you're being. Well, yeah, the egg came first, but if the question is more specific, the egg, or the chicken egg, or the chicken... So, if the question's what came first, the chicken egg or the chicken, then the chicken came first, because you couldn't have a chicken egg without a chicken.
Yeah, but no one in history has ever said what came first, the chicken egg or the chicken. It's what came first, the chicken or the egg?
That's a stupid question. It's like, what came first, the chicken or a dinosaur egg? Dinosaur egg? That's not a conundrum,
that's
is
not
it?
The bloody question. The bloody question is, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Ergo, the egg came first, regardless of if it was a dinosaur egg or a ostrich egg or whatever sort of egg. The question is, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And at some point, there was something that laid that egg that wasn't a chicken. It was in the evolutionary past. It wasn't a chicken. So, the egg came first. The question isn't the chicken egg, it's the bloody egg. So the egg came first. There you go, there's your answer.
That's a ridiculous question. What? Everyone knows a dino egg came first. Chicken came first.
That's not the bloody... It's
chicken,
not the question.
Chicken.
The question is, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Look, we are supposed to know the answer to everything, so...
Alright, well, I can ask you a similar question. What came first, a chicken or a dog? Same question. It's that different.
Okay, everyone, he knows not what he talks about. The answer is the egg came first. Right, we're going to move on to the next question. Hang on, let me just let me have a look down. What other questions do we have? Alright, okay. A Blake Harvey, he asked the question, and he said, this is me quoting him, "Here is a very important question. How do I always lose at Fortnite?"
I think I have the answer to this one. And it's very
simple.
simple.
Go on then, I'll let you answer it.
It is because you're crap. Simple.
You can't say that.
No.
Regardless of whether or not Blake is crap at Fortnite, which he blatantly obviously is, he loses all the time. You know, these are our customers and we have to put it in a nice, you know, sugar-coated way. So, hopefully he's not watching this and I can go back and edit it later. And in the edited version, what a nice way for why Blake doesn't win at Fortnite.
Because he's crap.
Alright, let's just move on to the next question. Right, what other questions have I got here? Okay, here's one for you. Alan Donoghue, and he asks, why is it that when nutters hear voices, they're always telling them to kill people, etc.? Why don't they hear voices telling them to pick up litter or wash the car? Right, well, a simple answer to this is that actually they probably do. And I think that is what you call things like OCD. OCD is a situation where someone feels a compulsion, maybe not necessarily hear voices, I don't quite know, I don't have OCD, but from my understanding of it, people with OCD feel the urge, a compulsion to do something. Now, in a lot of cases, that might be to scrub the toilet for 20 times every 10 minutes, or, I don't know, pat the dog on the head until it falls unconscious, or, you know, any of them sort of situations. I'm not belittling OCD, it's a very, you know, but that is what OCD is. OCD is when you feel a compulsion to do something. However, that sort of stuff does not get you into the news. You're not going to get on the news because you feel the need to flip a light switch on and off every time you go into your bathroom. However, if you feel the need to go around and hit people on the head with a hammer or kill people, that is going to get you on the news. Ergo, that's what you often hear about. That's what you always hear about. People hearing voices, going around killing people. You have anything to add to that?
I didn't listen to a word you were saying. Mark asked a very good question and he said, can I floss? And the answer is, yes I can. But yeah, I'm sure your
Blake,
answer was
sorry, no,
extremely
Alan.
good.
Alan, I hope that indeed answered your question. Right, okay, Miller, I see that you answered a question from Facebook there, so before I go back to questions that have been posted to us over the week, I'm going to have a quick look on our YouTube and see what questions have been posted to us. Right, Sketchflick is... Oh, hang on, first of all, Sketchflick has said, the chicken is first, the chicken is the egg. What? What do you mean the chicken is the egg? The chicken is not the egg. The egg is the thing that houses the chicken. I'm not getting back into this one. Right, what else was put on there? Sketchflick, what is the meaning of life? The meaning of life, this is something else that lots of people ask, lots of people seem to struggle with, but I do have the answer. Are you ready for it, Miller? Do you want to say anything before I say what the meaning of life is?
No, I'm intrigued to hear what you have to say on this one.
Okay, I do believe that the meaning of life is a movie by Monty Python, and I believe it came out in 1983. Ergo, that is the meaning of life. What are you doing?
I've just been asked if I could do a headstand. And I think that answers the question.
Please do not encouraging people. We are here to offer a serious service. We are here to help you. And you can help you by not encouraging this donut head, who's only here because my dad said I've got to hire him from doing stupid stuff. Right, before I get on to the next question, Miller, have you got anything else on Facebook? Any actual proper legit questions?
Well, I think we should add why we're actually reading out the questions. If people are not aware or if they've just signed in, we've been running a competition this month for people to put in questions, and later on in the show we're going to pick out the best question and the person will win an Amazon dot. So anyone who's logged in, yeah, just randomly reading out questions and answering them, and everyone's like,
no, that is a very important point. Yeah, again, something else that I totally forgot to mention at the beginning. We do have a competition on, and our competition is whoever asks us the question that we like the best, that me and Miller decide is the best question that we have answered tonight, is going to win an Amazon dot. Now, in future shows, we are going to do lots more competitions. We're going to do things like the yes no game, play your cards right, strike it lucky. We're going to do a whole bunch of stuff, but this is our very first show. We're going to keep it simple. The question that we like the best at the end of this show, we are going to send you an Amazon dot, and it's a brand new one. It's not the one that is in Miller's room, because trust me, you do not want the one that is in Miller's room. We're going to send you a brand new one. So cool beans. Right, before I go back to some of the questions that have been posted to our Facebook Bar Talk UK page, we've got a few more questions here on our real-time YouTube feed. Right, so Ramlax13, do you play the Hang Time app? Yes, I do play the Hang Time app. It is a most excellent app. Miller, do you play it?
I do not.
Right, there you go. Simple question, simple answer. And what other questions have we got? We got Rob. Why do you have 1,000 shows when... No, sorry. Why do you have 1,000 shows with 2,000 different puppets with the same concept but only different styles, etc.? Rob, you are obviously a very lovely person, and thank you for asking us that delightful to read out live on air. And the answer for that is because you want to. You want to have anything to add? Had anything to add there, Miller?
Nope. I think that covers it.
Nope. Right, yep, that does cover it. Right, okie dokie, let's get on to the next question. The next question is from Laura Anne Mcdaid. What is the name and where is the oldest bar in the world? Right, Miller, do you know the answer to this one?
I do not know the answer to this one either.
Well, fortunately for everybody watching at home, I do know the answer to this one. And first of all, it might come as no surprise that the oldest pub in the world is in Ireland. It's over 1,100 years old. It's slap bang in the middle of Ireland in a place called Athlone, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hopefully I am. And the bar is currently called Sean's Bar. Sheen's Bar? Sean's Bar. I think it's Sean's Bar. So, there you go. If you want to go and have a pint of Guinness in the oldest pub in the world, get yourself over to Ireland. Right, Miller, before I get on to the next question, anything on Facebook?
Let's see. Why ain't blueberries blue? That's a question by Jessica.
I thought blueberries were blue.
I thought blueberries were blue.
Blueberries are blue, aren't they? Unless she's trying to be pedantic and trying to make out it's a slightly different tone of freaking violet or slightly purple or something like that, or maybe a bit black. Yeah, but it's just a very, very dark blue. I think the answer to your question is blueberries are blue.
We also have a question from Nick, who has asked, why does a squirrel swim on its back? I have a question in
Because
return.
it wants to.
How do you know that a squirrel swims on its back?
Yeah, that is actually a very good question. Nick, how do you know that a squirrel swims on its back? Have you been spying on the squirrels again in the swimming pool? You know there's a law against that sort of thing. Nick, stop looking at the squirrels swimming in the swimming pool. It is inappropriate, and in this Me Too society, it is not the thing to do. I can categorically say that we the Barstewards do not condone people watching squirrels swimming on the back in the pool.
Do not spy on squirrels.
Do not spy on squirrels. Right, okay, next question that I have. Lorraine Lavender, she said, what bar is it? I want to come and have a pint with you. Right, well, that's a simple answer. Our bar is the Royal Ships, and you can find us in Torquay, not Turkey, that's Torquay, which is in Devon, which is in the southwest of England, which is a part of the United Kingdom. So come here, look for the Royal Ships, and you will find us, and you can come and have a pint in our lovely, delightful establishment. Right, Miller, any questions from your end on Facebook?
We have a question here saying, why do bunnies always run out in front of cars at night?
Because they want to. Unfortunately for the bunnies, we have, if you want a serious answer, it's because agriculture and humans...
Nobody wants a serious answer.
Okay, if you want, go and watch Watership Down. That'll answer your question for you. Watership Down will tell you why bunnies run out in front of the road and what happens to them when they are on the road. I can tell you now, it is not a happy ending. Right, dear. Right, okay. Let's get back to some of these questions that have been sent to us. Kantami Blossom asked, what is the funniest joke you've ever heard? Right, I do have a joke I can tell, but Miller, do you got a joke you can think of first?
Nope.
No? Prepare yourself for the funniest joke in the world, and the funniest joke in the world is, why did the toilet paper roll down the hill?
I don't want to know.
To get to the bottom.
That's just terrible. Why did the sand
joke
blush?
in the world.
Why did the sand blush? Why did the sand blush?
Why did the
sand blush?
The sand.
The sand.
Sand as in the beach.
Yeah,
sand as in the beach.
Why did the beach blush?
Okay. What did I don't know. Why did the beach blush?
Because the seaweed. I don't think we should do jokes.
That was crap. Right, let's get back to the question. Right, okay, let's see what have I got in here. Oh, hang on, got a message. Sketch Flick, we're a bit running behind here. Sketch Flick, the chicken taught them how to swim. I think he's referring to the squirrels swimming on their backs. It sounds like more people are indulging in watching animals in their leisure time, and yet again, I must say, we do not condone watching the animals, spying on the animals, and looking at them in inappropriate environments.
Maybe.
Please leave the animals alone.
Maybe the bunnies,
Right, okay.
for some reason, think they're chickens, and that's why they play chickens with cars at night.
Oh, there you go. There's the answer. Bunnies are chickens, and they like to play chickens with cars. That is another answer answered. That is a tick to us. Right,
I feel
okie
like
dokie.
we are helping humanity with our question answering here.
No, that's the whole point of the show. As I said, Barstewards have the answer to everything. People struggle. People need to know answers. And we are here to provide them. And I do want to add that it's not just questions that we answer. If you have any problems, feel free to tell us about them and we will give you the solutions. Though, disclaimer, them solutions may get you killed, divorced, bankrupt, injured. I have to say that. But please feel free to go ahead and ask those questions. Righty, let's get another. Let's look up another question that has been sent to us. Right. 1 second. Let me just
I know a good question that we had.
back.
There was a good question by David Lomax about the good old scone debate. Butter, cream or jam first. How do you feel about this? I feel very strongly about this. You obviously...
hang on.
It's
Wait. Can you repeat the question slowly for me? What are you asking?
On a scone, what do you put on first? Jam or cream? Some people like to put cream and then jam. Normal people put cream then jam, and then crazy people put jam and then cream.
Hang on.
It's obviously cream first.
What the hell is a scone? And is this
You've never had a cream tea?
Weird. Is this some kind of adult question? Because I'm telling you now, Miller, we had this conversation before we even went live. I want to keep this show clean and, appropriate for a wide audience. I do not want it to be one of your stupid, smutty programs. Can you please not ask stupid, bloody questions about creaming, jamming? It is not appropriate. I much feel that everyone, can I please just apologise for Miller's completely inappropriate question. Miller, do not ask any more questions. Right, I'm going to go and ask a proper question. Look for a proper question now.
It's cream and then jam.
What, Miller?
It is. You wouldn't put jam on toast and then put butter on top of the jam.
I'm telling you now. Stop asking your bloody stupid smutty question. Stop it. No more. No. Right. I've got proper questions to answer here. You are not helping anybody by coming up with stupid things that is lowers the tone of what should be a very serious show. Right. Sorry again, everybody. I apologise for my brother's inappropriate questions there. We're going to get back to some proper questions, and Becky Louise Dainton, she asked a question: do you think time travel will ever be possible? Well, fortunately for you, yet again, I do have the answer to this. First of all, yes, time travel is very much possible. We are all time travelling right now. Every one of us is travelling through time, forward through time, at a millisecond per second. We are travelling through time. Now, if the question is actually, can you get further in time ahead of people?
Carry on.
If the question is really, can you go forward in time, as in like Back to the Future, I don't know, like weeks, months, skip forward in time, then the answer to that is also, yep, go to sleep and you will wake up in a couple of hours time. Or if you can clonk yourself on the head and get yourself into a nice little coma that you're, hopefully come out of, you will find you have lost weeks, months, and in some cases, years. Have you got anything you want to add?
That is what I would like to call the tequila paradox. Basically, if you drink a lot of tequila, you then lose your memory of the whole night and you wake up the next day without that time ever happening. So my theory is, if you drank tequila repeatedly every day and kept yourself on a level of tequila drunkenness, then you could technically travel through time. Because when you sobered up, you'd wake up, you wouldn't remember whatever happened while you was drunk, thus time travel.
Alright, look. People out there, like, this is where we want you to get a bit interactive. I do have a scientific answer to this regarding Einstein's theory of relativity. Does anybody want to hear it?
Nope. No.
Oh, okay, hang on. I'm gonna check my phone. I'm gonna have a look at the comments. Right, people. Getting a few. There's a few more people joining us on YouTube. F. Smick. Do you want to hear? Okay, Mr. F said he does want to hear about relativity.
That's convenient. Convenient. I can't see those messages.
Well, is anyone on Facebook saying anything about it?
Nope. Only that if you could travel in time, where would you go?
Oh, well, we'll come back to that one in a second. Looking back at YouTube, Sketch Flick agrees with you, and he says time travel is
Sketch Flicks.
That's what I said. Sketch Flicks.
Sketch Flicks.
That's what I said.
Carry on.
Anyway, he said tequila time travel is very real. Okay, so quickly, for those interested, Einstein's theory of relativity. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of a thought exercise here. Mila, get off your phone. I want you to actually listen to this because you're the sounding board. Right, okay. Imagine, first of all, light travels at a set speed. You can't go faster than light. So, for example, the moon is technically 1 light second away from the Earth. And that means you actually, when you look at the moon, you are seeing the moon in the past. When you look up at the sky at night, you are seeing the past all the time because most of those stars are not there anymore, and it has taken thousands of years for the light to reach us because those stars are thousands of light years away. In fact, our own star, the sun, is 8 light years away from us. So when we are looking at the sun, we are seeing the sun 8 minutes into the past. So if the sun was to blow up, technically you wouldn't know about it for a couple of minutes. So let's say you were travelling towards a clock, a really big clock. Now, if you were travelling, sorry, not towards, you were travelling away from the clock. Now, if you were travelling away from the clock faster than the speed of light, that would mean eventually it would look like the time would slow down and eventually stop because you are travelling faster than light that from the clock can reach you. So eventually it looked like time has stopped. Now, Einstein's theory of relativity says...
I feel like time has stopped. What are you going on about?
Alright, forget about it. Okay, let's get a bit more sci-fi. I reckon to invent time travel, to invent a time machine, all you need is time travel. Now, I know this might sound...
Wish I had a bloody time machine. Let's skip this bloody explanation.
Let's just say...
Next question.
Okay, let me just finish this up quickly. Let's just say someone in the future had a time machine. Let's say I wrote down in a book... I wrote down in a book and sent it to the future and said, when you discover time travel, I want you to come back in time.
Nobody likes your idea. Nobody's going to read your novel.
On how to build...
Stop it. No one wants to read your book.
It works. It's a time loop. Okay, look. If I went back in time when Paul McCartney was asleep in bed, whispered into... Because famously, Paul McCartney always said that the song Yesterday came to him in a dream. Now, if I went back in time and whispered in his ear when he was asleep... the song Yesterday, he then woke up and he played the song Yesterday. He doesn't know where the song come from. He thinks it come to him. Now, in the future, when I'm born, eventually I hear the song Yesterday. I get hold of the time machine, I go back in time and give.
Are you seriously doing this?
Who invented the song? Who invented the song, Miller? Because Paul
you actually think I'm listening to you?
It's legit. So if someone in the future gave me instructions on how to build a time machine. I then published them instructions on how to make a time machine, and people then build instructions to make a time machine, and then in the future someone with them instructions brought that back to me and gave me the instructions we invented time travel.
The person who first invented it and started the loop. We've had this discussion before.
There is no start to the loop. It's an infinite loop. It's
Next
a loop
question.
without a start and no end. So there you go.
Seriously.
There's the answer, Rebecca Louise Dainton. To create a time machine, all you need to do is ask someone in the future
I hope you're happy,
instructions
Rebecca
on how
Louise
to build.
Dainton.
I hope she's happy.
This is your fault.
Given her the answer. I've given her the answer, and now both she and humanity have now got access to time machines. Actually, I want to just add that I actually think that all UFOs are not alien, they're people from the future. And because of the grandfather paradox, they, they can't interfere, they can't interact with us because it never happened in the past. They got to abide by a fixed time law. So there go, they're trying to stay out of the way. So when you see UFOs and stuff like that, really, it's just machines coming back to inspect the past. They are, in fact, time travellers.
Okay.
What do you think about that, Miller?
I'm really glad that you've cleared that up for all of us. So we now know time travel exists and all aliens are time travellers. Great.
Yep, that is what we're here for, to answer the big questions. Miller, before I get on to the next one, have you got anything on Facebook you want to look at?
There's a good one on Facebook from Jessica. Why doesn't glue stick to the inside of the bottle?
Oh, that's an easy answer. Oh, hang on, what? A glue stick or glue in a bottle? That's two bloody different things.
Why doesn't glue stick to the inside of a bottle?
Okay, well, off the top of my head, there's two. First of all, you got glue sticks that go in a glue gun, and that's because the glue gun heats up the glue stick as it travels through it, turning it into a kind of plasma, which then,
Plasma?
is the glue part.
Did you just say... You can't just make this stuff up.
What?
I don't think you should be allowed to answer these questions.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Turn it into a goo. Anyway,
It's
and that's
just glue.
for glue
It
in a
heats
bottle.
No one
That's for
mentioned...
glue in a bottle. Shh. That's for glue in a bottle.
Shut
What makes
me.
it into oh, bloody shut ya. Because what makes glue stick is that basically when it comes out of the bottle, it connects with the air and it goes hard and it becomes glue and sticky and porous and it
Again, I'm so glad that I now know this.
it sticks
From all your
from
all your glue experience.
That's
next
it,
bit,
it
come on.
bonds. That's it. It's porous. It's porous, and it bonds with what it sticks to. It
Porous?
hardens.
Porous?
There you go.
What does that mean?
It's It means on a
Molecular.
molecular level.
Molecule?
It's not complete
Well, like-
solid.
What rich people wear?
Not molecule. On molecules, it's not completely
Molecules.
solid. Therefore, things can pass through it, and it can bond to other units. And when it comes out to the bloody bottle, it dies out. It becomes a glue. There's your answer.
Okay.
Oh,
You
hang
say
on.
so.
I think. Wait. Ninja Momtastic.
Oh, wait there.
Really
Jessica's
good.
made a good
Well,
point
it's
here.
inside-
Wait. Shush. You
What,
and your
what?
air theory. There's air in the bottle anyway. So why doesn't it just go hard when it's in the bottle? It's probably because, if you want to know, it's probably because the bottle's made out of a substance that doesn't adhere to the glue.
That's not true. Glue's made out of plastic. I'm sure you could stick two glue bottles together. I think, anyway, this has been answered and we do not need to refer to it ever again. Let's get on to the next question. Carmel Green. No, sorry. Oh, no. Kristine. We'll come to Carmel in a second. Kristine Gavare. She said, "Is free will or solution?" Is free will or just an illusion? Wow. Going back to the time travel discussion, if we're talking about an infinite loop, the grandfather paradox, then
Oh
free
my
will
God.
is an illusion.
No.
However, if we combine the Back to the Future if we go back to the future time travel rules, basically what Doc says, every time you go back in time and change the past, you create an alternate future. So you're getting into a string theory there, where you're creating a spin. So original universe timeline, you could still exist on a different plane, but you have now entered a different one. So on that principle, you do have free will, but then you're still time traveling, which means you're going back in time to something that's already happened. So I think the answer is actually no, you do not have free will, and it's just an illusion. Also, you could go to the biological level, and actually, as we're all just animals servicing our basic, instincts to
speak for yourself.
Like nest, form a family, protect what is yours. It's all just basic biological instincts built into us. So where you really think you're family, you don't. It's just, nature's way of making you protect future generations.
The real question is, what's real? Is reality real, or is it all just a collective hallucination?
Well, that actually is quite an interesting
philosophical... Oh God, why did I say anything?
Because, there is the idea... Oh, you know what? Never mind. We'll come back to that on another show. We got questions by other people. Right. We had the question that was asked by Carmel Green, are ghosts real? Now, going back to the time travel conversation, yes, I think ghosts are kind of real. No, I don't think you can interact with ghosts. I do not...
Right there. I can see where this is going straight away. So, aliens are time travellers and ghosts are time travellers. Is this what you're going to say now? Is it?
Technically, yeah. Ghosts.
So it's all time travellers.
No, ghosts are not time travellers. Basically, when you see a ghost, what you're seeing is a lapse in time. Because as Einstein agrees and said, and many scientists
agrees with him.
Time, in the theory of relativity, time is not a fixed entity. So basically, time can slow down, it can speed up, maybe it can overlap. And when you see ghosts, you're seeing an overlap from a previous time, and you're seeing echoes of the past. Never the future, but for some reason you're seeing echoes of the past. So if ghosts are real, then that's what it is. You're seeing into the past. There's your answer. Miller, any questions on Facebook?
Let's see. What is your favourite line from a song? And don't say something about time travelling.
Favourite song?
No, favourite line from a song.
Favourite line from a song? I do have one. Again, it is from Monty Python, The Meaning of Life. It's appropriate to say the name, the line in the song. If anybody knows the film Meaning of Life, and you know the songs in that film, feel free to guess in the comments what is my favourite song and the favourite lines from that song. Miller, can you take a guess?
Nope.
Oh, there you go. What about you, Miller? What's your favourite line from the song then?
Nope.
Okay, let's work this down. Let's break this down a bit. First of all, what's your favourite band? What's your favourite song? And then give us the favourite line.
I don't know.
No?
No.
Nothing? But
No.
okay. Like I say, in the comments below, if anyone can think what is my favourite line from my favourite song from the movie The Meaning of Life by Monty Python, feel free to put it in the comments and see if you guess right. And looking at the comments straight away, F. Snick says, always look on the bright side of life. And I'm sorry, Mr. F, that was from the film The Life of Brian. Totally different film. So, nope, you are incorrect. Ninja Momtastic says she likes dancing, which is lovely to hear, but that is not really a question. And Ninja reveal, I do not know. You tell me. Actually, no, I am a bastard, so I'll be able to answer this. You have posted us a question, ergo, yes, you are real. There's the answer. And I'm picking a song from the correct movie, but nope, that is not the correct line. He said every sperm is sacred, which is obviously from one of Eric Idle's songs, but nope, that is not the one. Right, well, I'll let everyone ponder on that. Let's get to another question. Right, okay, let me have a quick look. Right, Bish Person, he said, it's the little man that puts all the blue fluff in my belly button each and every day, related to the man that turns the light off in my fridge when I close the fridge door. I can answer this question, and the answer is yes, because that is Miller's part-time job. He is both the man that turns the light in your fridge and the man that comes round to you while you're sleeping and puts the fluff in your belly button. Do you enjoy that job, Miller?
I do. And I also am the person who steals the socks from the washing machine. Just one. Just one sock.
Yep, improv the one's got it, and it keeps you out my hair and out of the which is always a good thing.
We have a question from Mark that says, why does the placebo effect work sometimes? Do you know this? Do you know why the placebo effect works?
Yeah, do you know what a placebo is, first of all, Miller?
I do. It's...
Go on then, I'll let you answer this question then.
It's a tiny drug that they put into drugs. Placebos.
It's a what? Did you say a tiny bug?
Yes. No. A placebo is when they give you a drug, they give you two. Basically, they'll set up two groups of people. They'll give some people a real drug, and then they'll give some people a fake one, which will be like sugar tablets or something. And then the one that then sometimes the placebo, the fake drug, works as well or better than the actual drug, because your brain makes it work somehow. So do you know why this happens? I don't.
Yeah, I do. Because basically...
What? Are you going to say it's time travel? What happens is, they take the drug, then they go in the future, realise the drug didn't work, then go back in the past, and they swap the drug for the real drugs. That's why it works. And it doesn't always work, because sometimes, when they go back in the past, they become echoes and ghosts, and they can't get back to the future.
Well, that's obviously the first smart thing you said all night. There's your answer. That is why placebos work. Right, okay, let me have a look at some more questions that we've got asked. What we got here? Okay. Nicola Kate Mortin asked, if we weren't human anymore, if we were stripped of our human powers, what animal would we be? And actually, we don't have to be human. We could all be lampposts. That is literally the question that I got asked. Miller, do you want to take this one first?
I would also be a lamppost.
Well, okay, obviously we would all be lampposts, but if you couldn't be a lamppost, what would you be?
A bar stool.
Okay, I'll keep this simple. I would be something that reflects the sort of person that I am, and obviously I will be a majestic American eagle that is highly respected by everybody and is a magnificent. That is what I will be. I will be a spirit animal, the American eagle, but from England. Anything to add to that?
I don't know what I can say to that.
Right, yeah, let's get on to the next question. Right, let's have a look through here. Look for some questions. Okay, Kim Jackson, is there life on other planets?
Nope, it's all time travellers.
Actually...
Go on, tell me that.
Far off...
Well, I bet that's it, isn't it? That's your theory, isn't it? What it is that people so far in the future have come back in time and populated other planets and that's why there's life on other planets. Is that what he's going to say?
Well, that could be. Well, you know, if we ruin Earth, maybe people come back in time and populated the Earth all them years ago, and that's why there's no missing link, and it's an infinite loop again, and that's why there's humans on Earth. And where did we come from? Nowhere. It's an infinite loop. However, the question wasn't about life on Earth and how we got started. The question was, is there life on other planets? Now, my humble opinion, and I just so happen to think I'm correct, is that yes, in order trillions and trillions and billions of trillions of stars and all the planets that surround them, I think that life is, whenever you look into anything in the universe, you often see the same thing repeated over and over again. I do not think that life is special and unique and a one-off to our tiny little dot in our tiny little corner of a unspectacular Milky Way. Nope. I think there is life everywhere. There is probably simple bacterial life, there is probably marine life, land-based life, all sorts of strange life, maybe even life that floats in the gas giants and whatnot. However, if we take Earth as a staple, as an example, sorry, if you think there's only been one example of highly intelligent life in the billions of years there have been life on our planet, and that is humans. So, in order millions and millions of years have been life on the planet, it's only been for the last couple of few 100,000 years that we've had humans, and it's only really been the last couple of few hundred years that we've had high technology. So it might be that the chance of intelligent life might be extremely rare. Now the problem here is, if intelligent life is very rare, we could, in the eons of time and space, you know, miss each other. There might be an intelligent race, you know, millions of years ago, but they're long gone. There might be millions.
Wait. Breaking news! Mark has done something that we should have all have done many, many years ago. He drilled a hole in his fridge to see if the light goes out. And you know what? It did.
He broke his fridge.
Well, he's got a hole in his fridge.
And what? He drilled a hole in his fridge and the light went out.
It went out.
Well, you know, thank you very much, Mark, for providing us with that amazing bit of information. To be fair, I do know the answer to why the light goes off in the fridge, and that is when you shut the door, there's a little trigger
ruin it.
that turns off the light.
Don't ruin it for everyone. Gotta let them believe. It's like telling people there's no Santa.
Freaking hell. You know, he's lying, everyone. It's taken to me. I'm never going to say out loud. It was a lie. Anyway, what was I talking about?
Nobody knows. No
Life on other planets. Okay. But before I finish with this question, I do want to quickly. There is an argument. Sorry, a theory. It's called the Fermi paradox. Have you heard of this, Miller? You heard of the Fermi paradox?
Nope.
Okay, the Fermi paradox is that there cannot be any intelligent life out in the universe, because if there was, it would have found us. Now, according to Enrico Fermi, a scientist, he reckons the only situations once a civilization gets to advanced technology to colonize a galaxy. And if you could bear in mind that, you know, the universe is millions of years old, there's planets out there much older than us, there have been lots of opportunities for civilizations to build up and colonize the galaxy and the universe. If that was the case, aliens would have already found us. However, there are some preclusions to this. Number one, maybe it is impossible to travel at near the speed of light. You can't travel at the speed of light because it would require too much energy. But maybe
nobody's listening to what you're saying, but Quinian has just made a very, very good point in the Facebook chat. Maybe
what's that?
Santa is a time-traveling alien.
Be fair, Santa has some amazing powers. Now, I don't want to put ideas into people.
Travel.
I don't want to put ideas into people's heads, but obviously Santa does know how to time travel, because there is no way he can travel all around the world in one night. You can't travel at the speed of light, because that would cause the universe to implode, because it would require infinite energy. Ergo, he would travel at the speed of light, and actually if he was travelling at the speed of light, that would mean that time would travel slower for him than it would for us.
Oh my god.
And ergo, he would actually travel into the future, where to get around the world in one night, he needs to slow time down. So he must have access to a time machine. And so, yes, Father Christmas obviously is a time traveller. He's also got access to some amazing powers, and I'm surprised no one has ever tried to capture Santa and both steal his magic bag of infinite presents and steal his
no one
technology.
cares. Stop talking. We have 10 minutes.
Ask the bloody question.
10 minutes left until closing time. So, maybe we should start getting to the point of who has won our Amazon Dots prize.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that. Let's just have a final look. You have a final look on Facebook. I'm going to have a final look on YouTube. This is cut point, people. What's the time now? It's 9:52. When it gets to 9:55, that is a cut-off. We are not accepting any more questions. So if you want to be in with a chance to win the Amazon Dot, post your question right now. Miller, take a look, see if anyone's posting any questions on Facebook. And I'm going to have a look and see if anyone's posted any questions on YouTube.
Well, I've just looked on YouTube and someone just asked if we are live on YouTube and Facebook. And we are. We're live on both.
Ninja Momtastic, because I think she's on both YouTube and Facebook asking the same question.
No, I just read the YouTube question.
Well, I thought you were supposed to be looking up.
Well,
okay, I'm looking back. Yep. But, yeah, so Ninja asked, are we live on both YouTube and Facebook? And yes, the answer to that is we are live simultaneously on both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Yeah, well, you know, no one pays any attention to what you say because you're a donut. And so, there you go. Whatever you say is invalid. I am, therefore, letting people know, since I'm the one that people come to listen to, that yes, we are live on both YouTube and Facebook. And Ninja Mom says, I pay attention to him. And she's obviously referring to me and not you. Right, what other questions we got? Let's have a look, make sure I've not missed anything. This is good to know. Was it the egg? No, it was the egg who invented both time machine and the song.
Alright, we're down to the last
invent Tom?
7 minutes. We need to announce a winner. So, who is going to be the winner of our fantastic Winning Amazon Dot prize?
Okay,
maybe afterwards.
Right, that's it, people.
We could play the video clip of our last question that we answered.
No. Doesn't it make more sense that if we're going to consider what questions of all the questions submitted to us, we're going to award our prize to, you bloody well play the question for people to listen to, because obviously it's got to be in with a shout of being one of the, you know, contenders for winning Amazon Dot. So play it now.
Can do.
Is he going to put it on TV? Move on to the very first question that we.
Oh, let's put it on.
Music off. Pick to answer, which is from a customer of ours called Sarah O'Connor Way. Right? Why? Anyway, who asked us who would win in a fight? A monkey with a penknife or a polar bear? Well, there's obviously only one way to find out the answer to this question. In you get.
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you.
The monkey one.
Seems rather cruel, Jay. Poor little monkey.
Hey, don't blame me. Sarah wanted to see a little monkey fight a polar bear. So there's your answer. A monkey with a penknife wins.
If only for a few blissful moments before he was horribly crushed and slowly suffocated to death. We hope you're happy with your answer. Well, there we go.
Right, well, there you go. We was asked who would win, a monkey with a penknife or a polar bear. And the answer is the monkey with a penknife. Right, it is 9:56. We have reached our cut-off zone. One last look on YouTube. Any last questions? Nope. No last questions on YouTube. Miller, any last questions on Facebook?
We have... Basically, who won? Who won? Who's winning?
Oh, I don't know what happened there. Who won? Right, okay. Right. Okay, I think the fair way to do this
Have I won?
I'm going to pick the question that I like the best, and you can pick the question that you like the best, and then we can argue amongst ourselves and come to an adult conclusion on who won. Seem fair? Right, okay, I'm going to... I think the question that I like the best was the question that we answered right at the start of the show, which was why it was asked by Alan Donoghue, and he asked the question, why is it that when nutters hear voices they always tell them to kill people? Why don't they tell people to pick up litter or wash the car? Now I like this question because it was trying to be humorous, it was trying to be interesting, it was a bit different, it was a bit quirky. It wasn't a fucking question of did the chicken lay the egg, which 9 out of 10 people seem to ask us. So that is the person that I would like to win. Do you have a different question?
I'd like the chicken and the egg question. The chicken and the egg question.
No, you can't. Okay, well, Miller, put it this way. Since you're the one who's paying for all the Amazon dots, if you like the chicken and the egg question, you are going to have to send an Amazon dot to all the people that ask the bloody question, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
No, I like your question.
So, do you like the chicken? What?
Your question's good. Go with that one.
Yeah, right. So, the winner of the Amazon dot is Alan Donoghue. We will
Alan
be getting
Donoghue,
to review
you won!
after the show. You won,
Yay!
Right, okay. So, Alan, yep, you won. We will get in touch with you after the show. You've been watching the show and you know. But regardless, if you watched it or not, you have won. We will get in touch with you and we are going to send you out an Amazon dot. But people watching, do not despair. We do more competitions. We will be giving away more prizes. We will be answering more questions. So please do post your questions to us, both on our Facebook page, which is at Bar Talk UK, on our Bar Talk UK YouTube page, on our Bar Talk UK group page on Facebook. Anyway, or even on this video in the comments below, post the questions and we will answer them. Now, we at the end of each month, so on the last Tuesday of every month, apart from December because it's bloody Christmas and we're not doing this on Christmas Day, we will be live answering your questions. So when we're live, it gives everybody the chance who want to join us live and we can answer the questions in real time. But post your questions to us during the week, during the month, and we're going to be posting out little videos here, there and everywhere answering questions. So lots of chances for people to get in and win more prizes in the future. But tonight it was Alan Donoghue who won the prize. Right, that is it for tonight.
Congratulations, Alan Donoghue!
That is it for tonight.
I'm going to have a drink to celebrate for Alan Donoghue. Congratulations!
We hope you enjoyed it. Right, actually, thinking about it, Miller, oh, what have you drunk now? Right, well, that's Miller gone. Right, before I say goodbye, no, that's it. Okay, thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed getting your questions answered. If you've got any more questions or advice that you want, please do post them to us and we will answer them in our next show, whether or not it's the live show at the end of the month or one of the videos that we post throughout the month. So thank you very much for joining us and we hope to see you all soon.